Bam. There we go. All right. Everything is everything. Let's go. All right, man. Welcome to Behind the Booth, episode 3. I am your amazing, gracious, and humble host, Spin Griffey. I am joined by some of New Orleans' finest DJs. Above me, we got DJ Rozay Rell. That's his signature. We call Rell the peak. It's almost Rell season, man. Peacoat God, know, right? Peacoat God,
Peacoat Goat, baby.
Yeah, that's what it was. Peacoat Goat.
Gangster.
Man, to this way, well, which would be this way in the video, got the homie DJ Div. I'm so glad he changed his name because that shit was DJ Daddy at first, and I was like, man, ain't no way you about to get no grown adult.
Just you know.
Man, and this is my left in my camera, but it's really my right on the screen. Got Say Trell in the building. I'm gonna add air horns for the future effects. All right, fellas, this is gonna be short and sweet.
No, thank you. No air horns.
We got 4 minutes.
Air horns to TikTok.
The air horns for TikTok is nuts. All right, fellas, how y'all doing, man? How y'all living?
Good, man.
Chilling. Survive.
So if I had the time, I'd go over a recap, but we don't. So I guess we're gonna jump right into it. You know, this week I had a very interesting discussion with some friends earlier. We were just discussing the scene and the up and comers. At this point, Rell is an OG in the game, doing it for a minute. Let me tell you, the man Rell, before I knew Rell, I saw Rell on my daily drive. Because Rell, I think to this day, is still the only DJ I've ever seen with a billboard in the city. And I was like, oh shit, okay. Big time. He had the billboard. That's when you had the fur jacket. The man, the only DJ with a gold mic. I was like, man, this man has got what the fuck is that? Oh, that's my stand because my daughter be back there. This man has got the marketing thing down, man. So I guess I want to start with let's start with Trell and Div. What are some adjustments you guys are making as new DJs? I know I don't be making fun of Div, but like he got that goddamn call sheet, man. And I'd be like, boy, you are way too organized to be a goddamn DJ.
Sure, go first.
You want to go first, bro? I gotta go first.
Yeah, you go first. You go first.
All right. React to that question.
What are adjustments you guys are making? Because, well, Trell, I'm not sure. I know Div, like outside, this is kind of like your rookie year as far as it goes, like outside with events, though, right? I know you were like bedroom DJing for a minute. So, Trell, I don't know if you were in the same boat, but I kind of feel like as far as the scene goes, it's kind of like your rookie year into everything.
Yeah, honestly, I literally just started in November.
Oh, wow. Uh-huh.
So, adjustments wise, really just trying to, I guess, adjust to the politics in general has been one of my biggest, like, faults. Like, you can ask Div, like, I call him all the time just to be like, this person be weird to me, or this person probably, like, treat me like this on some shit. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, it's just about kind of building community, and I'm looking more for like building community with other DJs and people in the city compared to like looking into the things that do not exist in the DJ community. Of course, there's going to be competition no matter where you go on some shit, but it's like, I don't even care about competition at this point. It's just like, everybody has their own like standpoint when it comes to DJing. So that's one of those things I'm adjusting with and just happen to get used to people's ideologies, I guess.
Yeah, and and as for me as a rookie, it's a couple different things. One is just understanding the DJ culture in the community and also respecting it, I try to be very humble, when I talk to anybody or go to any event, because I don't know and I'm still learning, so I think, being accepting in the community and respecting the DJ culture, I'm just having to adjust on the fly of understanding, who's who, what's what, and things like that. I think the other thing too, as a new DJ is in Spin, you kind of gave me this advice, I think, on the Joe's Blends, but, getting the business side in order, so like while I'm practicing and trying to book gigs and sets, getting my LLC, getting my website up, and it was funny because I went somewhere, did a set, and the first thing they asked me is, hey, what is your tax ID for your business? And I was like, oh, great, I got this done already, So, so I was glad, but again, that's an adjustment of just not, solely focusing on, the music side of it, and to understand there's a content side, there's a business side, and that's in the background to really have that done and ready.
I guess the next question would be, what are, with some of these adjustments, what are some of the things that you guys might, what is different, compared to what your expectations were about getting into, the whole thing and, actually being DJs? Where does reality compare to, what your expectations were, or, stuff like that? What has been, just different, or, or is it what you thought it would be, things like that?
I think for me, one thing that I didn't expect was I did not expect to be welcomed and embraced by the community so quickly. I believe, and this is all DJs in the city, white, black, across all genres, there's a lot of us, but it's a very small, tight-knit community. And everyone, I personally haven't experienced it yet, but everyone has been very welcoming, very warming. And also, I also did not, one thing I didn't, realize as well, Spin, was that, there's a certain vulnerability that you have to have as a DJ, we are performers, and to be up on a stage and have your set ready, and to play for other people, you got to be vulnerable. And that's a very scary thing. I didn't expect that. I thought it was really more about skill and music selection and just practicing. But, the mental side of it, being afraid, having anxiety, pushing through it, being able to read a crowd, that was something brand new for me.
All right, Rell, let's get you into this, man. So, at this point, you like a vet OG in the game. I can kind of ask you those same questions, compared to what adjustments did you have to make when you first got into the game, and what are the adjustments that you've made from the beginning to where you are and what you do now?
Yeah, I think initially when I started doing it down here was just getting familiar with everyone and, getting comfortable with everybody. You remember me and you met at, what's that little bar behind St. Charles? I think that was the first time I really kind of started interacting.
Oh, over there at, it used to be the old 14 parishes of Clio.
Behind, right off of St. Charles.
Yeah, it's on the side street.
Jordan was the bartender.
Yeah. Oh, no, you talking about Veretz.
Yeah,
Veretz.
Yeah. That's how long it's been. So that's when we started kind of interacting. Yeah. And then meeting Jess, Legatron, FTK. It really just building up a rapport with everybody. Mm. That was the first thing, kind of coming in the city, because I'm not from here. I'm from around Lafayette. So, I didn't really know anybody. So everybody I met was new to me, and I was new to them. Now, it's just, doing the same thing with you're always doing that, right? Building your business, going to venues, hitting venues up, seeing who, meeting the whoever the booking people are, establishing relationships with them, and it's more so, a lot more of that now. And honestly, I don't know. The DJ group started when you started the.
Oh shit! Joe Splin started. I'm gonna say 18. I think 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think that's definitely made it a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? And I think we got a good. You did something good. It's a good community. Everybody have a good time when they're there. But that wasn't here when I first got here. Mm-hmm. So it was literally just having to find what parties to go to and all that, and meet everybody through that. But yeah, it's just on this end, the side I'm on now is more the business end. It's definitely more on the business end because we all kind of familiar with each other and stuff like that. And once you get on this end, people, other DJs throw things at you, you throw things at them, and just keep that going.
And I guess I kind of actually want to dig into that because you came in the game like I said, your marketing game was like ridiculous. You came in and it was this is damn, because you changed your name. What was it at first?
No, it was Rozay Rell from the beginning.
I thought you changed it because it was something else, or maybe it wasn't a Rell. My
Instagram name probably was different.
Okay,
first, yeah, that's what was different.
So, I mean, with that coming in, and like you said, you're not from here. Like you came in like bang straight with like the marketing out the gate. So how is that transition? Because you went from those type of gigs to now you over here doing Big Night New Orleans every year, and like a lot of corporate stuff. So what led to like you getting into those positions, and like what adjustments did you have to make from what you were doing originally, or if anything, did you have to change anything to start getting some of these bigger gigs?
What led to is a lot of networking, man. Like going to this place, and then like let's say the Big Night New Orleans thing. I went to this is a couple of within the first few years I was here. Mm-hmm. I think it was Gabby or somebody invited me to a Larry Moore birthday party. Well, the person who threw the party was like a marketing guy, and he does marketing for politicians and all kind of stuff. So meeting him, then he started putting me on stuff whenever he had, gigs or whenever he had events that he needed done. And that's how I met the Big Night New Orleans people. Mm-hmm. So just networking, man, just going out and like Div was saying, being humble, not being on no gas shit or nothing like that. Just going out, meeting people, having conversations and trying to make connections.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Trell, like you were saying, you still in that rookie year. You just started in November. You already popping, throwing your own gigs, and like I seen No Dice, Poor Boys. You got to join at the library. So
the coffee house. So yeah. I like that idea. I had seen that somewhere else where they started doing like super early day parties, like get that shit started at 10, be done by 1. But we'll come back to that. But what has it been? Because I mean, you kind of like just out the gate is like Zoom. Like it takes a lot to not just throw one event, but you kind of throw in your own residencies and you balancing like 3-4. So what has that adjustment been like? Because I mean, like I said, you went straight from bedroom to the shit. I'm doing Poor Boys and all these other events. So what's that been like?
Honestly, bro, how can I put this? Up until like today, even when I like try to plan all these like different events and etc., it just pops up in my head. I ask the person that's over the venue and etc., and I kind of just I go off whatever pops up in my head, like random, like these random thoughts. I hit them up. If they accept, I'd be like, well, okay, that was easy. And I realized like, oh shit, I really just did this. Why did I do that shit? And I just freaked the fuck out. I literally freaked the hell out. And once I freak out, and I'd be like, okay, I got this. I gotta go ahead and stick with it. I already made this decision. I need to go ahead and put my best foot forward and actually show that I can like complete this task, not only for myself, but kind of getting that engagement as well as that, like, I guess that visual output, kind of like getting people to see like, hey, he's actually putting his like foot forward, trying to do certain things for himself without asking for that help as well too.
Yeah, because I remember, I think I met you at like I don't remember where I met you.
Yeah,
I think it was a Josephine. And
I just walked in. I just started talking.
I had known Trell like all of 4 minutes, and then Trell was like, "Yo, you know who run this venue? I want to do an event over here." And I was like, "Oh, Dorian right over there."
That's how you gotta do it, man. You just gotta
like seriously, bro.
All they could tell you is no.
Yeah, that was the worst thing they could tell you.
Yeah.
So I guess I'd like to ask this question because again, y'all are newer to the game and everything compared to especially with me doing it. So it's seeing the changes. How are y'all handling? I guess did y'all know initially that being a DJ meant that DJing was probably the thing you would do the least in like this craft? And how have y'all handled balancing so many hats, like having the content creation, the posting the gigs, the business aspect of it? Like and I guess that goes back to the initial question, but yeah, was that something you guys thought of initially? And if it wasn't, how has that changed your thought process in pursuing this?
Personally myself, I feel like when it comes to like trying to get that content out there and make that content to like kind of promote myself in a way, promote other people, I can do a better job at it. I do slack in that area, but seeing others like kind of build in that area, it makes you want to like team up with them or either like support them with their content. It kind of pushes you to want to make your own content as well. But again, you gotta really be like willing to push yourself just to do that. So you got to start from somewhere at some point. When y'all go next. Yeah.
I mean, and what's been for me, I mean, you make fun of my organization, but I will say this, that's a skill set that I have. That's the only way I can, dedicate time every day. The way I look at it is, 15 minutes practice here, 10, 15 minutes making content here. And it's a slow trickle, but it's a consistent trickle, right. Or like, let's say I might say, hey, I'm going to go spend, 30, 45 minutes, an hour, going to this place, talking to the bartender, talking to the owner, talking to the booking agent, seeing if they have a spot available, and it's just that consistency of just doing the small things, like Rozay said, like over time, I've seen that it's like helped.
So what? Hey, Div, what? Jay said something about you got call sheets. What are you talking about?
So let me tell you what you making fun of me about. But I'm gonna say this, right? Like, again, right? For a rookie DJ, you got to remember, right? For me, there's so much going on, right? I tell you, for example, like I just did my own show at the Rabbit Hole, right? Okay. It went wonderful, beautiful, successful. It was an all Drake night, right? I'll take the actual DJing part and putting that to the side for a second, right? There's, talking to the owner, getting a date, negotiating a rate, have him sign off on something to make sure he would pay me, talking to the sound engineer, figuring out what my playlist was going to be. And to be honest, like Trell said, I really was scared because I realized, like how you can normally pull from various genres. I just got one guy.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was a little harder to working on the like they wanted me to work on my own flyer. So I made a picture flyer and a video flyer, making sure I practice prior to, making sure I hit people up I knew, making sure I had my gear. So what I do, again, right, that's not even going to play at the venue, right? What I do to keep myself organized, I would literally type in my phone, like, hey, Div, here's the location, date, time to arrive. Here's my point of contacts. Here's a list of all the gear that I want to bring. The last thing I want to do as a new DJ is go to a venue and forget a wire or
bro, hey, don't say that. I got a pre-gig checklist in my notes.
Right.
What was happening? I forget a wire, I forget an XLR cable, some shit like that. And I'd be like, on my charger.
Yeah, but a charger, something crazy. And what I've even tried to do now is, again, right, not not super rigid, but I at least try to map out, okay, I got a 3 to 4 hour set, right? Where do I want to go with this, right? Where do I want to start if, you know, in terms of like BPM tempo, you know, and do I want to bell curve it, you know what I'm saying, start low, go up, come down, or do I want to go bop, bop, bop again, right? So again, that helps me as a new DJ, and I've kind of posted on Instagram, Spin make fun of me about it, but for me, right, for me, it's the less I have to worry about as a new guy, the more I can focus on actually playing the music. You know,
it's not making fun of him. It's just like it is so organized, bro. Like
you just gotta see it. I'm gonna have to see it next time.
It's on his like if you go back and check his Instagram, like he'll show you, and it shows everything. It is like super, and then he got like the video and like every piece of equipment like laid out on the floor before he pack it. I'm like, damn, bro, you are way too organized to be a DJ.
They ain't gonna talk about me, Rozay.
They ain't gonna talk about you.
They ain't gonna say Div didn't show up, you know.
So let me ask you a question, Div, with that, because I did notice in the I don't know if it was a Drake video. It might have been the Drake video, but I saw that like you basically laid out your set. Interestingly enough, in like the conversations we had today, I had earlier today, we were talking about how like that is something we used to do, and then it kind of like got to a point of like realizing you can't force that set on people. Was there a point in the night to where you had to pivot from what you had written down because what you were trying to do like in that moment wasn't working? Like I think that's kind of one of the questions with the call list is kind of, I'm not gonna say rigid because I'm sure it allows you to audible and necessary, but it seems like you have everything like mapped out almost to a T. So how does that work? And is that more so just like a guideline of what I want to play, or are you kind of like, nah, this is where we at for the night?
No, it's and a great question. I think and actually on that post, man, shout out to DJ Chris Styles, because you know we were kind of talking back and forth about this. You know, that kind of set list is a map, right? It's a roadmap of here's where I would like to go. You know, I mean, as a rookie DJ, I understand that, you know, there is a art and a skill set to reading the room, you know, and being able to, hey, the energy is down, let me try something else. So to your point, yes, you know, in that Drake night, I kind of had a map of where I wanted to go with things, but, you know, halfway through, I saw, oh, you know what? I need to jump out of this. For example, in the middle of the set, I had a lot of back-to-back Drake house remixes, okay? I love them. I thought they sound great. They sound bumping. But the crowd really they wasn't feeling the remixes. They wanted the originals. Yeah. So after the first two, I kind of saw, okay, I'm losing them a little bit. Let me jump to some of the originals. I pulled them back, you know? So again, that map is not a rigid, you know, map, right? I can take detours off it, but again, right, for me, it goes back to, you know, like, I understand seasoned vets like you all, you know, y'all really know y'all music. I even seen FTK do this one time where, you know your music so well, you can jump around and pick whatever, right? I'm still getting to that point where I can just say, you know what, I'm gonna just go here, I'm gonna just jump around and play, right? So I kind of got a roadmap for myself to say, hey, this is where I want to go, but you know, leaving the the openness to get out of that or to jump to something else when I kind of see the crowd energy.
Were you able to stay on Drake the whole night, or you had to go like completely out?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like you had to switch out completely.
Right. So and so what I did, Rell, is kind of like, you know, again, right, I looked at it from a standpoint of, you know, man, Drake got so much stuff in his catalog. He got R&B Drake, rap Drake, trap Drake, house Drake, Caribbean Drake, UK Drake, you know, so I kind of flowed through those genres, you know. Gotcha. I didn't, I mean, even Drake on features. So I was able to go that whole 3 hours. And again, I had features, I had R&B, I had house, and it worked very well. You know, now if this wasn't a Drake set, then you know it's kind of the same thing. I think last month I did a spot over at Emporium. You know, I maybe had 45 minutes of some slow stuff, maybe 30 minutes of bounce. You know, 45 minutes of rap. You know, 45 minutes. But again, right, I kind of saw, okay, look, the crowd is leaning this way. Let me go here.
Gotcha.
All right. I guess I can ask this because I mean, I'm sure it's happened to Rell. I know it's happened to me a bunch of times since y'all are just starting. Have y'all completely bombed yet?
Bombed in a good way or a bad way?
There is no such thing as bombing in a good way. There's only one way to bomb, my guy.
One way to bomb.
I mean, like, I don't know. The way I be looking at the word bomb, I mean, like, you can really bomb a set and, like, I mean, you killed that motherfucker. Or you just
that means you lost the crowd completely.
So you saying
bomb a set mean you walked in that bitch, you started playing, and if they had a crowd on the dance floor, them niggas went outside. You were if you I don't know if you watch wrestling, but they call that the bathroom break.
So I've had one set where literally I had to open and they already had a crowd because the show beforehand was like a rock show, and it's just like the whole environment was completely emo. So I was like, oh fuck, I'm prepared for this shit. Like I don't know what to do. So I walk in there and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just start playing something and I'm just go with this. The crowd mixed up, so you have the people that's preparing for the late night series. This is actually at No Dice. People preparing for the late night series and the people that was already there. I just kind of went with my move and played what I had, and as I'm playing, I kind of stuck to one genre. I was like in Jersey Club in this particular day.
After a rock show,
I would say like 20 minutes in, everybody just started dipping out, and I was like,
all right.
Crap.
I mean, that's new. They stayed for 20 minutes. That's
yeah. So they had a few people that walked back in, and they were just like, you know, dancing, enjoying themselves. But also, outside of that, nobody else kind of like came back inside. But I mean, I would say about probably 20 more minutes before FTK went on, everybody else had popped back in, and I was like, okay, y'all get to hear the end of my set. I started like I know one thing I continuously do if I do lose a crowd. I go into this mindset where I can't stress myself. This gives me time to practice to see exactly what draws people and what loses people. So I just go into practicing and playing like different music and like kind of moving around in genres and shit. And that's how I came up with Trell's Clubhouse. Because you never know exactly what you're going to hear, but I'm going to try to make it fit into somebody's like specific genre somewhere. Somebody's going to enjoy it somewhere in the building. I haven't had too many complaints and too many requests since like that particular day. If I get like more than 3 requests, there's a problem. But now, if there's somebody coming up to me saying, hey, you can put some bounce music on, I'm like, bro, you just missed the bounce music. Or I just got to be playing bounce music. I'm not playing that right now. You have to wait. Give me a minute. Move. Leave me alone.
He's getting
shake ass over there.
He's getting forged in the fires. I love to see it.
Yeah,
The character development is still happening.
I got you. Jesus.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I bombed per se, but
you too organized. I know that.
No. I had two moments when I definitely felt like trial by fire. So like one of them, and I think every new DJ, I think this is rite of passage, like playing for like no crowd. So not
to cut you off. That's just like our set together.
Yes.
Yeah. On some shit.
Yep. Yeah, so I did. So Trell did his I Put You On at No Dice. I was like the second DJ, of like a 4 DJ set. The first DJ, she went at 9:30. She actually had friends come out and they were dancing. So I didn't know. And the dance floor was packed. I thought the people just came for the party, but when she was done, they left. Wow. And so I played probably an hour of just nobody. Just it was you had people at the bar, and that was it. And I felt like, wow, like, okay, and again, to Trell's point, he was there and he's very encouraging, and just told me, look, that doesn't negate you as a DJ. What you're playing, great, And then I think there was a second time at the Rabbit Hole had open decks, and I really bombed that one because in the mix of everything, I had just learned how to play on CDJs the day before, and I actually plugged my headphones into the wrong jack. I couldn't hear one of the decks, so I could only hear deck one. I couldn't hear deck two, and so my transitions was nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, and I had 20 minutes, and I was just like, well, this shit about to sound horrible.
I think you did great though.
But like to go back to the point y'all were making, and kind of to like meld both, put both of what y'all are saying together. Those nights where like nobody is in, or like there's nobody that shows up, and you still gotta work, is like that's the night you start figuring your library out. That's the night you start just throwing shit at the wall to see what stick.
Right.
You just be like, oh shit, I ain't played this in a minute. Oh shit, I didn't even know I had this. Or oh shit, I just want to hear this song right now. Like those are really the moments where you kind of start figuring your library out a lot more. As a DJ, I'm trying to think. I got so many stories of bombing, especially early in the career where you were. Early in my career where I was stubborn and it was like, nah, y'all gonna, this is what I want to listen to. All right.
Proud, huh?
Yeah. It was like, I don't remember where I was somewhere and I pulled out a Fall Out Boy song. That did not go over well.
So you gonna hear this shit one way or
you gonna
another.
hear this shit one way or another, man.
Fuck that.
I know we're in especially in the city right now, we're in a new era where like so many DJs have cut out the middleman of promoters. So and so I don't even know if this is like a goal of y'all's to, I mean, I think it's everybody's goal as a DJ to get booked and not always have to throw your own shit. So if you've gotten booked, and Ro, you can answer this too, just going over kind of the transition. What has it taken for you to get booked as a new DJ, especially on the scene? And if that's not something that's happened yet, what do you think? What type of bookings are you looking for? What do you think it would take to get there? And I guess, Ro, I'll start with you just because you kind of got the experience of being able to say, I went from this to that.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is to try to set yourself up where you always got a residency, right? And then you got a place where people coming to see you at a regular frequency, and then that's how you kind of build up your following. And then from there, you're doing your weddings, you're doing your, you build up to get your corporate gigs like what you do, Jay. You do your birthday parties, private parties, all that kind of stuff. So I think you always got to have a residency where a place where you regularly are at. At some point, you always got to be, networking and trying to get that. That's a big thing, because that's how you build up your following. The people that's gonna follow you from place to place,
right?
To all these other spots.
Let's go with Trell, because you booking and DJing, so
So for me, again, I started in November. My first gig was in November. My second live.
Okay, hold on. Now, I need clarification on this. I need clarification on this statement.
All right.
Are you saying? Oh no. Are you saying you started DJing period in November, or are you saying November is when you finally jumped off the porch and got outside?
October. So I would say probably around August, September. I downloaded virtual DJ and I'm about to start DJing on some shit.
Okay.
Downloaded a little bit of music. Probably had 50 songs in my record pool. Probably up until October. Wanted to learn how to play on some type of system, but I didn't know where to start until I had a friend tell me about open decks at Po' Boys. Well, my first night I went there, I was like, okay, I need a flash drive. I need this music on this flash drive. I just transferred the music from one folder to the flash drive. I went there, it wasn't reading. That was night one. That was the beginning of the month of October. The second week, I went back. Didn't work again. I couldn't figure it the fuck out. Third week, I actually took the time out and researched how to transfer this music over. I tried to use Serato Lite. Didn't work. Downloaded Rekordbox. Finally worked. I went there, I played for probably about 10 minutes, and I was like, what the fuck is all this shit on this goddamn spaceship?
Ooh, buddy.
And so I'm like, okay, this is complicated. Now, November's coming around, and I'm like, okay, I love music. I can sing a song in my head. I can slow a song down in my head. I can count. I can do all these different things. Now, all I need to do is apply it to these CDJs on some shit. That's all I need to do. I kept going to open decks every Tuesday, and I just got better and better and better and better and better. I saw a promoter. He was having a birthday party, and I asked him, I was like, hey, if you don't mind, can I come to your birthday party and I can, like, you know, DJ for probably, like, you know, 20 minutes if necessary. He's like, all right, fine. You can have, like, a little 30-minute set or whatever like that. And I did it. From that day, I was like, all right, that felt great. I got to have like a little crowd or whatever like that. A few friends came out to see me and shit. I need more. It's like a drug now at this point. Like I need something. Like I'm itching. Like, you feel me? Like, so
that nigga said I'm itching.
That shit.
December came around and I started, like, you know, checking out all these party pages, and then Set the Flow have, like, what is it, open decks?
Yeah, they do an open deck for like an hour or something.
I hit them up and I was like, I want them to do a set. And Vic was like, yeah, I'm down with it. Like, feel free. Like, come on. Get your hour in. I got up there. I stressed the hell out because I was too hyper-focused on my mistakes. And from that day on, I had to kind of realize that no matter how much you prepare your set, you might not make it through your entire set, and you have to actually watch, like, I guess more so what you're playing and who you're playing for with your audience and etc. It just taught me, like, a big lesson, and from there I just went for it. I stopped relying on people to kind of book me for parties, and I started doing my own stuff because I wanted to be able to kind of, like, make my money. Yeah, make my money from myself in a way.
Yeah.
As well as booking DJs. When I book DJs for certain parties, I want to find, like, for Let Me Put You On, I want to find these open format DJs who can try to play as many genres as possible within like an hour to an hour and 30 minutes, and just kind of go from there, and also keep their audience, like, entertained at the same time. Mainly these newer DJs, because myself, I'm a newer DJ, so I want y'all, like, kind of get that same experience in general. If it gets y'all bookings, like, congrats. If it don't, like, I don't know what to tell you, but also I'm willing to still book you for another party because we gonna put ourselves on type shit, you know? Mm-hmm. And I really and truly just went from there. Not to borrow time.
Oh, good. What's it say? 15?
Yeah.
All right, bet. I always need somebody to tell me. All right, that's about right. So yeah, we get to these last two things. And this applies to everybody more so, you know, what are your, and I think this is very interesting to hear from the newer DJs compared to, you know, where, you know, Rell and myself might be. What are, like, your long-term goals when it, like, what do you want to get out of DJing? What are your long-term goals for it? Or just some of it. You don't got to sit here and give me, like, your whole, I wrote it down in the wish list, but, like, what are some of the things you want to get out of DJing professionally?
I think I think for me, like, man, New Orleans got so many creatives, you know, photographers, videographers, culture bearers. I think DJs are in that group of creatives. For me personally, I want to be able to add back to the city, you know, add that creative aspect back to the city, you know. And I also want to be not not appreciative, but I want to be selective, you know, of, you know, what I do, where I play, how I present myself. You know, I do want to, like, I was joking with somebody, like, I you know, as a new DJ, I kind of look at kind of like Thanos, like the Infinity Stones. They got a couple places you gotta play at: Poor Boys, Rabbit Hole, Emporium. You know what I'm saying? No Dice. You know what I'm saying? Like, to get your stamps. And, you know, I want to be able to build off that. You know, once I get to my, you know, my sophomore year, whatever like that, you know, being able to play for, you know, different type of venues, like, you know, your sip and dips, or, you know, private stuff. And then maybe after that, being able to do like a French Quarter Fest, you know, but really being able to keep that same humbleness and love for the music.
Let's go Rell.
Yeah, kind of like Div was saying, just I like to get some more on the Essence stages. You know, I did the Pelicans at one time, a couple of times, a few years before the pandemic. But shit, I'm trying to be like you, man. These contracts, getting these corporate contracts and shit like that.
Man.
Yeah. Huh? These weddings and shit.
Pass the things our way, JV.
It ain't the don't want them, boy.
You don't want them, slide them in.
I will. All right, you gonna use
Fest, French Quarter Fest. That man, he done did everything.
He's fucking net 30s, nigga.
Huh?
He's net 30s, net 60s. I'm like, God damn, bro.
Damn, net 60? They doing net 60?
Nah, I don't know if they're doing. It feels like net 60 when it should be net.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I had a net 7 turned into a net 30. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah,
like,
net 30 is crazy. Yeah, net 30.
Especially when they ask you to especially when they ask you to send everything in beforehand, like, and if I've already sent you my information months prior, it shouldn't be on some. It's gonna take you another 30 days. Anyway, that's a whole nother discussion, dog. But Trell, what about you, man?
As of right now, it's more so for me to come and like build stability, as well as the enjoyment in general of like DJing. It was always like a long term like dream of mine, but I never pursued it until I started going outside, like probably 2 years ago. Like, I was one of those people that'd be like, man, people that go outside and stay out late, they weird, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So I started going outside. And I mean, also, but hear me out.
Wait, hold on.
To the city.
You wanted to be a DJ, but you were saying niggas that say it out late were weird.
But only reason I kind of felt that way because I was one of those kids that like kind of didn't get the like chance to, I guess, pursue whatever goals I kind of wanted on some shit.
I heard that.
Yeah. So once I was like, you know, fuck with everybody else, I'm gonna just do what the fuck I want. That's when I was able to just jump into just doing everything type shit.
Hey, being outside is nice when you're getting paid to do it.
Most definitely. And I was like, I'm tired of paying to get into like certain places. Let me go ahead and start on my own fucking event.
I mean, and you
I
gotta
dance that bad.
Shit,
pay me while I dance. You feel me?
You gotta be outside because I mean, shit. Like Rell said, like just being in like certain events. Like I find myself going out, even when I was like solo, dolo, single, all this and shit. I'd be outside like on a night. And I'd probably block off like 2-3 hours on that night, and I'd be like, "All right, what's popping tonight? All right, I'm gonna go here.
Right.
Everybody get about 20 minutes of my time. I'm like, hey, bye. Hey, let's chop it up on Monday, and then I hit an Irish goodbye, and then I'm at home by about 2:30, back on my PlayStation.
It's a business trip, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, it kind of turned to a business trip, you know, from a network standpoint.
And like, I think that's one of the things a lot of people don't actually like, bro. It's a lot of business that get done in them like smoky, hazy rooms. It was like, or it'd be like, damn, you know what? I want to hit you up, or that's when you find out somebody got something. It'd be like, oh yeah, I can do that, and then like you don't even go into full details. Just be like, yo, hit me on Monday. All right, I hit you Monday, and like that's where a lot of shit get done, like. Because people be moving during the week, so it's hard to like pinpoint them down. But you catch them out in the streets and be like, "Yeah, hit me during the week. We'll light everything up and da. Shit. Honestly, my long term goal, I'm trying to grow the Joe's Blend. I'm trying to help the newer DJs that want to get on, like come in, do it especially if you're trying to professionally do it, get the business aspect down. I am trying to not be DJing and probably. I don't know. I think I'll DJ forever, but I'm definitely gonna be doing more. I want to do more upscale stuff, more corporate stuff. And I mean, because I kind of like where I'm at now. It's like you do enough corporate gigs, like the club money is just, you know. I was telling somebody that it's nice. Well, it's nice to go from like where club money was paying bills to where like one corporate check could take care of you for like 2 months, bro. And then you can just start taking gigs, like, because I just want to play music somewhere. So like you're not even worried about like, oh, they not even paying me enough. It's like, nah, I like the DJ. And I can get some shit off here I can't get off at like the other shit that I do. But I do think like Joe's Blend is kind of my thing, and maybe a booking agency. I got to figure that part out. But yeah, that's kind of the two big ones, man.
What about DJ Festival, man?
The crazy part is I had said this year I'd set a goal. I wanted to do 4. I think I'm at 5 because I did French Quarter Fest, Essence Fest. I'm booked for Locals Fest. I'm booked for Gentilly Fest. I did another festival. Oh, and I might be doing Fried Chicken Fest, so that's 5. I kind of just figured that one out. And it's so crazy because you be setting goals. I be setting goals and like, oh shit, I forgot I even said I wanted to do that. All right, so I'm apparently, because I can't see the timer, so I'm guessing we got like 7-8 minutes left.
Probably 8.
Yeah.
8. All right, bet. Well, shit, man. What are I'm just so interested, man. This is I guess from y'all, what has because I know I've been known like Div, man. I've known Div forever, bro. But I know I've known Rell forever. Trell, I met you at the Joe's Blend. So how has y'all coming to like the Joe's Blend, or like, you know, just coming to like that type of stuff helped y'all out, or what is it, you know, what have y'all gotten from, you know, just showing up to like the link ups and stuff? If anything.
For me personally, it's increased my like eagerness to want to DJ, honestly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know. I think the same thing for me. Like, one, going to the Joe's Blend and just being around the energy of the DJs is DJing makes me want to go home and just practice to get better. And then also just meeting people. Like I actually met Rell at I think the first or second one, and we just chopped it up just for a little bit, you know. But again, being able to, you know, lean on people, ask questions, you know, hear what other people are playing, you know, and saying, oh, you know, they doing that, let me go home and kind of practice that a little bit. Like, that has been invaluable to me.
I'm kind of in the same thing. The networking is crazy for me. Like, I'm always open to meet people, and just you know, in the DJ game, you all because of the styles regularly. I don't say regularly changing, but you know, the styles and what people want to hear changes. Hearing new stuff, hearing new ways of mixing. You know, learning new styles. So I'm, you know, definitely absorbing all of that for me still. So
I think it's been a crazy experience to me, because I tell people about like the community and everything, and like talking to DJs in other cities, they always get so like, they're so astonished at the fact that like the DJ community down here is like so close knit, and like we talk to each other and like we throw gigs at each other, and you know, like we willing to do whatever for each other. Because in a lot of other cities, it's way more cutthroat and whatever. And I don't know if that's just like a New Orleans thing or how it is, but I mean, everybody I know is just kind of like, yo, bro, it's so much money and gigs and stuff out here. Like, it don't make sense to hoard nothing, you know? And like, my whole philosophy has always been like, I never want to be that person that stays, because I don't desire to stay in the same spot. Me giving out like advice or helping somebody else get on has never been an issue. Because I want somebody to take my spot, because I'm always looking to move somewhere. And like, I'm not, you know, like, I don't want to be in the same spot I was in 10 years ago or 5 years ago. I want somebody to come up and be like, damn, what you doing now is where I want to be. And I was like, well, shit, this is all you got to do to get here. Because I'm already trying to move up higher, bro. And I mean, you know, like, again, I think a lot of that helps. Even, I'm not going to say there are subgroups in the chat, but I do feel like because of Joe's Blend, like, people have been able to, even not just the overall DJ community, but they've been able to find like their own specific tribes in that. Like, you know, like I think Trell and Div, I think y'all met through Joe's Blend. I know like a bunch of other people kind of met through the whole situation. They got like super click tight off of that. And to me, like that's kind of, you know, the point of it all, you know, help everybody and meet people.
Yeah. It's just I kind of look at it like draft classes, you know, where you have the different like for example, for me, I know like I met Trell at Joe's Blend and also at Open Decks at Emporium, and from going to Open Decks got really cool with Pedro the Juice, you know, and also right from a Groove, you know, going to Poor Boys, getting really close with DJ called Space Bay. So, you know, but again, right, those individuals, I mean, I think outside of Pedro, you know, we kind of in that, I kind of feel like rookie, sophomore, junior season. So that draft class to me, we real tight, you know, whereas like in, you know, like in spin, I feel like, you know, like people like you, Jess Legatron, you know, y'all kind of, you know, same thing, right? Came up together in y'all class, you know.
Well, I'm actually older than them. So
like
well, like I'm older than them, but it's like so Jess Legs, FTK kind of all one class, and then I've always like a class after. Like I've always considered my class me, Cav, Mikey, and Rock, because we all started around the same time. So that's kind of always to me been like the DJs I came up with, which is crazy to think. But yeah, I always considered like that my class. All right, I don't know what the timer say. I'm going to guess to say about 2 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah. 2 minutes.
Oh man, your boy is good. All right, man. Well, look, y'all got any final thoughts before we sign off on this thing? I appreciate y'all taking the time on a Wednesday. I know y'all could be at Open Decks, but y'all here.
I would just like to say personally, that's it.
Still.
Make some more time to come to my sets, man.
Yeah, I'm trying, bro. This goddamn, it's the toddler phase.
It's the babies, man.
The babies, and I got another one on the way. So
another one on
also,
the way.
I DJ very, very late on some shit, so I get
well, let me know. I can come out to those once the baby's down. I'm out the house. But dealing with this one and the pregnancy right now is kind of crazy. I thought I was free. But nah, man.
Psych.
Yeah, psych. Appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to my guests for this week's episode, Rozay Rell, DJ Div, Say Trell. Their info will be in the bottom. Follow them. And that's it, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. This has been Behind the Booth, episode 3. I'm Spin Griffey. Yeah, I said my name right. And that's it. We'll holler at y'all next week. Peace.
Thanks.
All right.
Yes, sir.